Hey, the rats have sought shelter in my tractor garage, and they did something to the tractor. It won't start. I'm pissed. Let me share with you guys how I'm controlling them. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. For those of you who have been tuning in from time to time, you see that I've been having an ongoing rodent problem on my homestead, but I'm maintaining control over it. Now, I do live in the wilderness, so there's a rodent population around. And when rodents have access to the inside of the buildings, but my 7 cats do not, well, they got shelter and they're protected, but yet they have to venture out to go look for food. Well, I'm taking matters into another level. I'm going to kill these little beasts. And let me share it with you guys, my simple recipe I've been sharing with everybody. It's working, and a lot of people have demonstrated in the comments of the other video that yes, it's working big time for them. Just opening the door, it just reeks of rat urine. Let me show you what I've done. First of all, let me show you what they've done. They've gotten into the tractor engine, and somehow the glow plugs won't stay lit. So I have a fear that they've ruined the components for the ignition on this diesel tractor. So I can't use my tractor right now until I get it fixed. So one thing I've learned is leave the hood up, and I'll keep the rats from making a nest in there. And that's working. So I store the tractor with the hood up over the last couple of months, and no evidence of rats in there. I do have rat X, but I still have rats. So I put baking soda and Jiffy cornbread mix out, and I just mix it together and pile it right there. There's no evidence of them being in that yet. But I have my trail cams up here. Let's see if they've gotten in here. Nope, no evidence of them. Yeah, I guess they are. They have been in that. So I'm going to swap out the SD cards in these cameras and see if I can find any images on them. Swap that out. And just so you guys know, I bought these cameras, a pack of 3. I'll leave a link down below on Amazon that you can find these also. They're really handy. They're not Wi-Fi. These are simple ones. Yeah, you can do pictures, you can do video, and you can program it in different lengths of video. But it's called, this one particular one's called the Stealth Cam. And yeah, I got it selected to video. It takes pictures and it also records at night. Let's change the other ones out. Now these cameras have only been up here for about 4 hours, if that. I'm just curious to see if there's any activity on here at all. And one more. Interestingly enough, every time I open this door, there's scampering about, and you can see the rats coming down off that back wall. But this time, since that food's been in there, or that poison's been in there for about 4 hours, I didn't hear a thing. Okay, let's check in this shed. No traps. I got 2 snap traps. None of them are triggered. My live trap, it's not triggered. I do have my cornbread baking soda mix up here. And then that's what killed the rat that I found dead on here. And that was the last rat that was in here. Because I've got this shed locked up pretty tight that rodents cannot get in anymore. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the traps. You know, you got the snap traps, you got a live trap. The snap traps, I'm reading in the comments from some people, and even some pest control people are saying, you must wear gloves when you're handling those traps because the rodent can smell your odor on it and they won't even touch it. I found that to be a myth, simply a myth. I'll explain in a minute. And then the live traps, well, when I live trap the rodent, I drown it in the pond. I have to. It's the law. When you live trap a vector or an invasive species, you cannot relocate it to another environment. It is illegal. You have to dispose of it. You do. But with the odor, the human odor, on these snap traps and any other trap, must wear gloves is total myth. Consider this. The bait you're putting on there, the environment, your scent is all over, your scent is everywhere in the house. These things are chewing their way into your house, into everywhere where your scent is, and causing havoc and damage and disease. So I'm going to have to say that thought about wearing gloves, that idea, it's just a myth. Doesn't make any difference to the rodent. It's hungry, it wants shelter, and that's why we have the problem. So if you're going to set rodent traps, just make sure it's baited with a good, yummy bait that they're going to want to eat. I mean, what are they after? What are they breaking into when they get into your house? What are they chewing up in your cupboard? That gives you an idea of what they're eating. Yep. So let's go in and see on these SD cards if there's any rodents that it captured. Just in the 4 hours I had these chips in the cameras up in my tractor barn. Okay, here it shows I'm setting up my trail camera in the bait box. And then, now look at this little rat. He shows up. I don't see any evidence of him eating any of that stuff, but there he is again. Still no eating it. That's interesting. And then I was taping it. But now, look at the images down around the freezer on the floor. You see that little critter back there in the corner? That is the compressor. So it's a no-brainer that he has his nest back there because it's warm on that compressor. That's why they seek shelter. That's how come they're so destructive. I just hope he's not chewing wires on that chest freezer. Oh, look at that. Yes, he took one. And that's the baking soda clump. And he came back for more. That's awesome. Okay, maybe I'll have an odor in there after a couple of days. And by the way, that odor only haunts for about 10 days. If you guys get a rodent that passes away in your crawl space, attic, or inside the walls of your home or apartment, yeah, that personal experience, that odor will haunt for only about 10 days. Well, that's it on this episode, just to give you guys an update what's going on the homestead. And mainly the rodents are seeking shelter, and it's a farm. We have food out. I'm no longer feeding the livestock and keeping food out for the livestock. I just feed them their portion and then walk away. They eat it all gone. So I'm diminishing the amount of food that's available to the rodents. And I've noticed there's a less of a population with rodents now. I managed to get them under control in my shed, my storage shed, and now I can get them under the control in the tractor barn. Just keep that blend out. It's any kind of attractant. It doesn't have to be Jiffy corn mix. It can be any corn muffin mix or corn flakes, but make sure you have equal parts baking soda, because the baking soda is what's going to cause their demise. That's what's going to cause that. And don't worry about the gloves. I mean, that's just a myth. Come on. Anyway, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Please stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Remember, be safe, always be kind, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.